All right, I think I'm live. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live on Bitcoin's white paper birthday and Halloween. And oh crap, I forgot my costume. Shit. I had this whole thing planned. Totally fucked it up. Damn it. All right, I'll be right back. I almost want to redo the stream. I was supposed to start this in a mask. Then I totally forgot. All right. Nope, I'm still getting it because that was the plan. I'll be back. Yeah, a minute. All right, that was the plan. The plan was to start the stream this way because it's also Halloween. We have Halloween and we have Bitcoin's birthday for the white paper. Now, Bitcoin's actual birthday is going to be coming up in a couple of months, and we will try to bring you one of those epic live streams. Speaking of epic live streams, get ready. Oh, do I have the thumbnail? We're going to get a thumbnail. So we're going to do that as well for another one of our epic streams. Oh, keep messing that up too. How do I move this? Ah, there we go. Maybe I can do it up there. Perfect. We will have Jimmy Song and myself. We'll be bringing you a really cool stream, and I'll do this after. Okay, here we go. Let's just go to screen share. Too many announcements. October 31st, guys. Huge day in Bitcoin. And screen share. Screen one. Oh, I don't want to do screen. Why can't I do application? Is it messing me up again? Something's wrong with Zoom again. Killing me. I can't share an application again. I could only share my full screen. That's okay. I don't have that much open otherwise. All right, so we're sharing the screen instead of an application. Everything's messing up today. So this right here. Oh, unconfiscatable conference still planned for Las Vegas, 22nd to 25th of April, but we are waiting for we're waiting for the election before we consider putting tickets on sale. We might even wait till early next year. Where do I get that cool shirt? Sure, it's called, let me go to the website. And Tuesday, come join us on Tuesday for when we will be doing a stream about Bitcoin and the new president-elect in Bitcoin. I gotta tweet this graphic out. Satoshi Corner t-shirts. That it? Yep, that's it. Boom. So for those interested where I get the t-shirt, shout out to Satoshi Corner for sending me this t-shirt. Now it normally comes with a Bitcoin logo. I requested not to have the Bitcoin logo just so that I can wear this and only the true Bitcoiners will know what the hell I'm wearing. So yeah, this is where I got, this is the t-shirt. Okay, let's go to price. I'm gonna take this off. Yeah, happy birthday, white paper. Well, we hit a new multi-year high. That was impressive. So weekly chart, the prior high at the end of June was 13,880. And the high this week, with tomorrow being the last day, the high this week was $14,100. So we have broken 14,000. The last time we were above 14,000 was in the price bubble of 2017. But this time, I don't believe we are in a bubble. So this opens up ridiculous possibilities. So much to say on this. Let's start with, man, where do we start? With, put that there. So where do we start with talking about what I think? Because nothing has changed. I continue to be of the belief that we are going to top in this vicinity. We may have already topped. Here's what I don't know. I have been saying for weeks that I'm anticipating a top between 13.5 and 14.5, followed by a pullback to the $12,000 area. I still think we can make it to 14.5, at least closer to 14.5, and we'll talk about why I think that. However, I'm not buying here. I'm not a buyer right now. In fact, I'm looking to sell a little bit here. I didn't get it. Today is the weekend, so I'm hoping I get a chance to sell, Monday, Tuesday around the election, where there was a lot of hype, and Bitcoin goes up to say 14.3, 14.4. I'm looking to take some profit on my long trades in Bitcoin that were entered, back here, and some of them were even back there that I was still holding. But the trades that I entered over here, I'm looking to take that profit. It's not crazy. I'm using GBTC. I'm using my retirement accounts for that. Let's go to the daily chart. We'll have a little more clarity here. Look, so for the last few days, the friends that I've been hanging out with, I've been very bullish for the following reason. This, I should probably do this on a lower level time frame, but to me, this is a triangle. Maybe on a 12-hour time frame, this is going to be a lot cleaner. But that to me is a triangle. For one more Bitcoin pop, and this pop becomes interesting because the pop is, well, technically I should lower that area. So this is, oh, I drew the wrong figure here. So this should be lowered to there. And we're still above this little breakout. I want to do a 12-hour chart. Maybe it looks cleaner. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Much cleaner right there. Much cleaner. Let's stick to the 12-hour chart. Let us stick to the 12-hour chart just for the purposes of this triangle. And I'm going to see how big the fat part is. That is 960 bucks. So if we go up 960 bucks, look where we are. We are right at that line that I had, that Fibonacci line. And we started our breakout. We didn't finish it. That is where I think a Bitcoin top would be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to turn this green. I think we can still do it. We don't have to do it, but I think we can still do it. I think we can pop early next week, like with the election hype and whatever. I think Bitcoin can pop one more time and reach that target. And once it reaches that target, that 14.5 area, I think that's when it's going to pull back. So that's what I'm looking at. If you go back to the daily chart, I mean, clearly these things need to be a little bit steeper because we're just going up real quick. Slide these over. Even this out here, right? That. And now on a daily scale, the target is shorter because I can move this line up to the bottom of these candles. So it's hard to say what the best target is. But I think 14.5 is a reasonable target. And we just missed it. We made it to 14.1. But I would love to see it go to 14.5. One more push. Let me look at the funding rate. the funding rate is still favoring the bulls. It is still favoring the bulls. I think one more push should definitely do it. So everything is great. That's what I'm eyeing. I'm eyeing that. Now, from a daily perspective, in a perfect world, we do this 4 days from now, which is great because today's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So around Tuesday, a top on Tuesday is perfect because that would coincide with a daily MRI double top. That's 2 in a row. So there'll be a red arrow with a 2 on it. That's what I'm really shooting for. Is it possible we topped? Of course. But I still think we can go a little bit higher. Tone, do you think big boys would come into play minutes before the monthly close? No, it's on a weekend. The big boys don't really use the real big boys are using regulated exchanges, though they don't have enough volume for you. So no, I don't. I really don't. Today is the monthly close. Yeah. But the BLX index is on a delay. So we won't be able to see this until like tomorrow, end of the day tomorrow. But the monthly close, this will be the second highest monthly close in Bitcoin's history. And it's pushing for the first monthly close. 13.9 is the number to beat for the highest monthly close in Bitcoin's history. And that would be awesome. I don't think we will do it. I don't think we will break the monthly close. Today is Saturday. Bitcoin does like to go up on Saturdays. However, we went up a lot yesterday, so we might have blown that load yesterday. I remain bearish. Sorry, I remain bullish across most time frames. I don't like the shadow at the top, but I'm still fairly bullish here for another half week. I don't think it makes that much of a difference if we close at a new monthly closing high or a few $100 less than that. It's the same thing. We're bullish, guys. I mean, we're gonna hit 20,000 sooner than I initially anticipated. Can a monthly be considered a cup and handle? No, I don't think it can because the handle is too big. The candle shouldn't be the same length of time as the cup. So had we not fallen in March, had the last 4 candles been the months of February, March, and April, then I would have said it's a beautiful cup and handle. But because of how deep the March fall was, and more importantly, how much time went on before our current candles breakout, I do not see this as a cup and handle. Okay, 1 hour chart. Let's take a look. The 1 hour chart gave you this Darth Maul candle. So it happens often. So the candle that gave us a new high also gave us the swing low, but I don't know which happened first. I'm assuming that, oh yeah, actually I do know. The top would have happened first because we're rising here. But we can go to the 10-minute time frame and we can take a look and see what happened first, that the swing high or the swing low. So we went up and some zealous sellers dropped the price back down. So there it is. Oh, that's a beautiful 10-minute buy-in opportunity. So let's do a little mock trade here. I would go long. I'm a little late. Look at that. I'm loving this buy. Let's say, well, I go long right now. If I had been watching the 10-minute chart, where would I have gone long? I would have gone long at the break of last candle's high. So, but this is a potential. If I was sitting here bored day trading right now, see, I'm being consistent. I would have also gone long here. And let me make this green. So I go long right here. What's my risk? My risk is a new swing low but I will move this up very quickly. So that's my stop loss line. I don't have a take profit line. Now I would have done the exact same thing earlier this morning. I would have gone long right here. Now, where am I supposed to go long? I'm supposed to go long. If I'm using the MRI as a trading tool, I would go long either at the break of prior candle's body or at the break of prior candle's high. That's when I was supposed to go long, but I opened this chart 3 minutes later. So here we are. Now, for the same logic, I would have gone long right here because it's another MRI buy, and we are above the prior candle's body and high because it was the same number. My stop loss back then would have been, oh, what is that? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. My initial stop loss would have been right there. But I would have moved that stop loss up to break even, either before this candle showed up, but certainly after that candle showed up, and I probably would have rose it some more as well. So we're here, same deal. I'm getting in a little bit late, which sucks, kills my, increases my risk. Let's see by how much I'm increasing my risk by being late to the party. My risk is $50. Let's say $50 on the price of Bitcoin is my risk. That risk should have been $40. Is that a big difference? Depends on your leverage. You know, if you're a 100x guy, $10, $1,000, you know. But I'm long, so my risk is $50. When Bitcoin rises $50 within my trade, I will raise my stop loss to break even. If this candle is such a giant candle as it is, and we only have 53 seconds to go, if this candle closes higher than where it is right now, I will raise my stop loss to just below the middle of this candle. That's my trade. That's my paper trade. All right, any questions? Zildjian says, my average purchase price is 6,600. No trading, just FOMO into dips. Great job. Tone, what do you think of the possibility of Bitcoin produce a giant ascending triangle at 14,000 and only break it at the end of next year? In short, we would be hovering between 14 and 7K for one more year. I would love that. I'd really like that. I think that would be great. I think if I pull up my hyperwave chart, I have something like that drawn. Let me see. Low chart layout. Slide the computer over a little bit. Ah, it's not letting me. I don't know why it's not letting me. Let me refresh this. Manual. I'm not reading that. I'm not there. There are some scam coins I'm willing to mention and look at charts of, but then there are some scam coins that I'm not gonna do that. It doesn't matter how much you super chat. Is the MRI a paid indicator? Yes, it is. One-time fee for the MRI, but if you had access to the prior indicator, which I was referring to as TI, you already have access to the MRI. Just check invite only section. So here, if you had access to my other indicators, all you got to do is go to invite only scripts and find the momentum reversal indicator from Tone Vays. If you had access to TI indicators, this one with 3,000 likes, you already have access to this. It's very, very similar. I still think it's possible for Bitcoin to see 7K again. It's just not likely. So did I pull up that chart or no? Load chart layout, hyperwave. No, I don't have that triangle, but I mean, we would, if we pull back next month hard, we could make one of these triangles. Phase 7 now has to be adjusted. Once again, we are adjusting phase 7, and this is on weekly scale, and the week ends tonight as well. So we are adjusting phase 7 of hyperwave. Remember, guys, hyperwave only ends in one of two ways. Either Bitcoin needs to get back down to this blue line, approximately $1,300, or it has to go above horizontal. Now, the horizontal of this line is 16,000. So if we can get a close above 16,000, that ends hyperwave. Until that happens, hyperwave is still in play. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Tyler would tell you. All right, let's go back to that 10-minute chart. Let's go back to see what our trade looks like. Okay, great. So my stop loss is now significantly higher. My risk on this trade is now only $15. That's my risk. So we entered the trade. 5 minutes later, the risk on this trade is 15 bucks. Now, the moment, and well, we entered late. Had we entered properly, had we entered based on Tone Vays trading rules, we would have entered back here, and we would already be in a break-even trade. But because we entered $10 late, there's potential to lose money on this trade. Had we entered this trade properly, we would have been only risking 40 bucks. And from this point, we have already gone up 40 bucks. So I would have already set my break even. Maybe I would have waited till the end of this candle and then got one more swing high and then raised it to break even. But either way, I'm pretty confident in this trade that it's not going to lose me any money. And this is the kind of trade I would do with high leverage because I'm only risking $50 if it's on zero leverage. So if I did it with 10x leverage, I'm risking $500 on a day trade. Is that something I'm willing to risk? Well, it depends. I trust the MRI. A lot of people don't. I think we had a nice pullback, and I'm still looking at a $14,500 target. So if I was day trading this, I personally would be comfortable risking like 10x on this trade for a maximum of a $500 loss. I would have also been entering this trade down here, which would have meant that it was only going to be a $400 loss on 10x leverage. And that trade would already be set to break even had I entered it properly down here. I would already be at a break-even stop loss, unless it like liquidity goes away or the exchange goes down, which are common risks in the crypto space, of course. But that's when we were supposed to enter that long trade. We entered $10 higher. So like here somewhere, I don't know, somewhere over there. Either way, see, we're making a new swing high, very comfortable here. The moment this candle ends, I'm setting a break-even stop loss. We got 4 minutes. Let me look at some of your other questions. Tone, can you look at MMEDF? I have no idea what that is. Tone, can you look at GDX? It's Gold Miners Index. Does Trump or Biden winning have influence on Bitcoin in any way? I don't think so. I do not think it makes a difference. They both like to print money, and they both don't like financial freedom. Unfortunately, Trump, I mean, I never expected Biden to want financial freedom from US citizens, but I was hoping that Trump would like to have US citizens have more financial freedom, but he's not interested in that either. So it doesn't matter which one of these guys win, it's good for Bitcoin. Tone, is this a funky hyperwave? Well, any hyperwave that doesn't actually come back to phase one, but come back close to phase one is a funky hyperwave. So yes, it is a funky hyperwave, which basically means a hyperwave that didn't actually work out. That's what it means to me. The 479-minute chart. I remember that one. I remember that one. I'm waiting to set my break even, guys. My stop loss to break even. I just want this candle to close. Actually, it doesn't matter. I just don't want to get whipsawed, you know? Had my trade been entered properly, I would already be putting the stop loss like up here somewhere, so that like at least a $10 difference. And like I said, with 10x leverage, $10 difference, something, $100 in your pocket. Pay for a nice steak in 10 minutes, 10 minutes of work. I just don't want to see this candle. I don't want this candle to take me out of my trade. I don't want to see a repeat of this. So I'm being a little bit careful here. But let's go take a look at those other two. So someone asked for a 479-minute chart. I'll use my daily for that because I think it's closer than a 10-minute. 479 right there. There's a story behind the 479-minute chart. Waiting for the MRI. Ooh. Ooh. Who else is using the 479-minute chart? I remember how much I love the 479-minute chart. And, well, maybe we topped. We certainly did here. And we slowed down here on a double. Love the 479-minute chart. Totally got you out of this trade last night. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be this bullish on a 10-minute chart. Oh, wait, this is my daily. Stick to the daily. Let's go back here. All right. What we got? 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. So pissed I looked at this chart 2 minutes too late. So here's our entry. And I'm setting a break-even stop loss. So no matter what happens, I don't lose money on this trade. And if it goes to 14.5, I make good money on this trade, considering I'm using a 10-minute chart. People always say, where do you take profit? Well, when this trade earns me a Lambo, you know, like I don't know where I'm going to take profit. I'll take profit if we get to an MRI sell. Okay, gold. Let's look at gold. And someone asked for gold miners. Here's gold. Oh, let me make this. All right. So here's gold. And look at that. We bounced right off the line here. I'm not very bullish gold right now. I guess if gold was up on Friday, so was the stock market. I didn't check the stock market on Friday. I was just busy on Friday. So it looks like the stock market, this is a 10-minute chart. Do we have a 10 a.m. reversal? So here's 10 a.m. We went up, 10 a.m. reversal, then we reversed at 11 back to the upside, and then we kind of consolidated. Nothing interesting. Let me look at the daily. Well, it's promising, but I'm not convinced yet. It is a reversal candle. It's a double reversal candle. I don't like the double bottom, so I would be cautious until we get above this swing high. So I wouldn't buy here. I would not be a buyer of the stock market right now. Hence, I would not be a buyer of gold right now. We can look at the GDX. We can look at the gold miners. The week didn't close all that well. Let's look at the gold miners. I'm not bullish right now. I mean, I was bullish. I would have been bullish 4 days ago, but it's a consolidation. See how we broke the low? Look at this. 1, 2, even 3. Continuous lower swing highs, continuous lower swing lows. You're in a downtrend. If you turn on your, well, I don't have my moving averages, but if we turn consensus on, here's a weekly top. I'm not bullish here. I'm looking at more downside. The good thing is you have pulled back to your priors to the May swing high. So this could be it, but gold hasn't done that. Gold has not pulled back to the May swing high. See, here's the May swing high over here, and gold is still way above that. So gold has more downside to reach this, but your gold miners have already reached this area. So it's possible your miners have bottomed, but not gold. So it's possible neither one of them bottom, they go down. I'm not a buyer yet. I needed to prove me some more. And what was there another one? MM something? MM EDF. What is that? MMEDF. Mind Medicine Mind Med. I don't know what this is. Daily chart doesn't look very liquid. It's an OTC asset. It's a penny stock. It's a shit coin. It's a shit coin. I don't do shit coin. So I have no comment. I don't trade penny stocks the way I don't trade shit coins. It's I wouldn't touch it. I don't do penny stocks. I don't do pink sheets. Though GBTC is technically a pink sheet, but we know it's only for technicality purposes. All right, how's the trade doing? All right, trade's doing great. 5 minutes into the candle, I want to raise my stop loss to the bottom of that candle. It's a trade on a 10-minute time scale. I've already invested 25 minutes of my time, half of this candle, half, maybe not even 25 minutes of my time. I want to make sure I make more than a cup of coffee on this trade. I don't want this trade to cost me money. That's my stop loss. I can keep the stop loss indefinitely if I want. I'm not in the rush to raise it from here. Maybe I'll raise it to the bottom of that body, and that's it. And that's, you know what? Let's see how this candle ends. I might raise it to the top of that reversal candle's body, right? That's my reversal. That's my big reversal candle. So that's my new stop loss. I got into this trade late, like I told you guys. I got into it $10 too late because I opened the chart 2 minutes too late. So this guarantees me 1750 on the price of Bitcoin. You may think that's meaningless on a $13,000 Bitcoin, but it is a trade on a 10-minute time scale. So you can leverage this trade up as much as your heart can take. So if you, I used to like 10 to 20x on these short trades. So that buys me a nice steak. Even at 10x, at 20x, that, you know, take your whole family out to dinner. But that becomes my worst case scenario, assuming a liquid market. And if this thing rallies and it breaks this resistance line, I'll raise the stop loss to the bottom of current candle. But right now, that's where it's at. Hopefully, we won't hit the stop loss on current candle. And then I'm comfortable with my stop loss, because I shouldn't be raising it until this candle ends. Thoughts on why the crypto market spiked today? Don't have any. I just turned on, took the same trade 15 minutes ago on the 15-minute chart. I learned from watching Tone videos. Let me see. I didn't look at the 15-minute chart. I took the 10-minute chart. I turned it on 2 minutes too late. Otherwise, I would have taken it as we broke the last red candle's high because of the MRI. Let me see what the 15-minute chart had. I didn't look at that one. Oh, that's a beautiful candle. Don't tell me this is an MRI buy. Don't tell me that's an MRI buy. Oh, the candle before was. So this is a trickier trade because this didn't give you an entry and this didn't give you an entry. Your entry would have, the 15-minute entry would have been a little bit trickier. What about the 5-minute entry? So far, I'm liking my 10-minute entry. If that's an MRI candle or that's an MRI buy candle, then this is a cleaner entry. Neither one of them was. So the cleanest entry I actually had was on the 10-minute time scale. That I was just 2 minutes too late on opening the chart. How much liver tube meat you are still eating on? You know, I wasn't a fan of the liver tube meat because it's not very high quality. So I stopped buying the tube liver and I'm just buying more liver from like my butcher, from my farmers markets. I'm still eating a lot of liver. So I would say I also buy the dehydrated liver chips. So I say I eat at least, this is my low end. Well, when I have my own fridge, oh shit, my computer is about to die. Shit. Hold on. I'm not plugged in. Damn it. Hold on. I have a portable charger, which amazingly borderline charges this beast of a machine. But I don't know if it'll keep up. I should have done this a while ago. Crap. I may lose the stream, guys. It's fun hanging with you. Come on, charge it. Can I charge it? Yes, we're charging. But I think I'm going to drain the battery faster than I'm charging it. And I'm at 32%. So I got time, maybe half an hour to go. But I don't know if I'll be with you. Okay, so when I have my own fridge, I'm eating at least 500 grams of liver a week. That's the minimum. Somewhere between 500 grams and 1 kilogram of liver. That's how much liver I eat on an average week when I have my own refrigerator. That includes beef liver, pork liver, chicken liver, and cod liver. So those are the 4 livers that I eat. When I have the opportunity to eat, foie gras, which is duck, or turkey liver is rare. When I have the opportunity to eat duck liver, I do. I don't like the way duck liver is made or goose liver. I do like the humane treatment of animals. I am a believer in that. And it is very hard to get clean organic duck liver. They actually treat those ducks very, very badly in order to massively increase the size of the liver. So I don't like that, which is why I stick to beef liver from a grass-fed beef farm. He also does pork and chicken. They're just like the treatment of animals is better. All right, come on, pump my trade. Come on, guys. FOMO into Bitcoin, make my trade look good. It's a paper trade. It's not like I actually put money on this, but that's my paper trade. That's now my stop loss. I have no intention of raising the stop loss unless we actually start making new highs. I don't want to take profit on this trade yet. I still have a high target. This is when I pray. A lot of people enter a trade and they pray they don't lose money. I don't do that. I enter a trade when I'm supposed to enter a trade. And if I lose money on it, I'll lose money on it. When I pray now, this is when I start to pray. I start to pray when I already have a trade that can't lose me money, but I want a Lambo. So that's when this is when I pray that we pump to the upside. Elk. Yeah, it's hard to get elk. I'm also a lot about convenience. Hi, Elizabeth. Let's see what you have to say. I'm a professional in binary. Oh God, is this an advertisement? Can we ban her? Don't advertise in my live chat. Okay, so it's a little more complicated than that. It's USB-C charger, no problem while streaming and charging together. It's not a problem. My computer is charging, but my computer is a beast of a machine. I can charge it with USB-C, but USB-C is not the native charging for this beast. The native charger weighs about 2 kilograms, and I believe it's either 240 watts of power going into the laptop or like 290. It's something insane. My USB charger is only 65 watts. So it's like a third or like a fourth, a quarter of the recommended input of power into this laptop. And I love charging them with I have a portable charger that is a 45 watt output charger, which actually charges my laptop. This is a 45 watt output. Let me double check that. And yeah, so it's 20 volts by 2.5 amps. That's 45 watts. So that's a 45 watt output from the charger, which means I'm charging my computer at 45 watts through USB-C. The native charger is a DC in at like 290 watts. So you can see how I'm charging at like 1/6 of the recommended capacity. So no, in my computer, and even if I do it, I have a wall USB-C, which is 65 watt. And if I'm running everything and streaming and stuff, I'm losing, let's say, about 1% of battery life every, I don't know, 5 minutes, which still gives me a long stream. You know, I can still stream for 2 to 3 hours, but I will slowly drain the computer. I also plugged this in when I was down to 30%. And now I'm down to 28%. So you can see how I'm losing about 1% of battery life every 2 to 3 minutes. So we made a slight new high, but I'm not raising my stop yet. I'll raise it if the next candle gives me a new high close and the new swing high. I will then raise my stop loss to the bottom of this candle here at 15:30 New York time. But I'm not ready to raise it yet. We're still down there. I'll be with you for another candle or two. All right, what else we got? Let's see what my moderators. Oh, whoa. Guys, you just gave me a lot of questions. Tone, similarities between 2020 and other pre-moon years. Yes. So right now we're in a similarity of late 2016, early 2017. But it doesn't mean that we're going to end like 2017. But as far as where we are in Bitcoin's life cycle, we're very similar to where we were during the last presidential election. Tone, if we have a crazy pump after the election and cross 20,000 in early December, how crazy of a pullback do you expect, and where do you think it will top? How long will it take? Wise? Okay, that's a good question. So let's take a look at it. So if we pump to 20,000, so if we do this, let's say going into January, and we get back to the all-time high, what do I think the pullback will be? I believe the pullback will be to this area where we are right now. Maybe not 1250, probably to 14K. So I think that if that happens, we would pull back to approximately 14 to 15K in Q1 of next year. And then we would have another run up. And that run up could actually be pretty massive. I think if this happens, there is actually a low probability. I mean, we could go to 50,000. I'm still looking at 45,000 for a bigger pullback. And that 45,000 could then have a pullback to the $20,000 area. 2025. So like, yay. And then from there, we would have one more that takes us all the way to 100 plus. So that's a good question. That's a good little thought exercise. All right, next question. Tone, MMEDF is a company doing clinical trials with LSD and MDMA. I think this is brilliant personally. Then you are not, but I'm a technical trader. I'm not a fundamental analyst. So if you studied this company and you think that they are a good investment from a fundamental perspective, that's great. But I'm a TA trader. And as a TA trader, I'm not interested. Now, there are fundamentals. Like back in February, I tweeted out, because I was getting on an airplane and COVID was becoming insane. And I sent out a tweet, might be a good idea to short airlines and go long Zoom. I sent out this tweet in February, and like an idiot, I didn't do it. But that's a fundamental trade. Shorting the airlines in February and going long Zoom, like I tweeted, was a fundamental spread trade. Would have done great. Airlines got destroyed. Airlines lost 50%, and Zoom went up like at 18,000%. And if you bought fake Zoom, you did even better. So there are fundamental trades you can make, but I'm not really a fundamental trader. Bitcoin has been decoupling from the stock market. We've discussed this many times last week. Please see my episode with Willie Wu and David Poole and Phil. Hey, Mr. The Box, you are welcome. If you made money on your trading, that's great. Hopefully, you are encouraged to buy one of these on-demand videos. Feel free to support my work, and I like it when people buy these videos because it makes me more enthusiastic about making more videos. Let's go to our trade, see what's going on. All right, our trade's doing great. So what do I need in order to raise my stop? I need a new swing high and a new close. So if that happens, I am raising my stop to there. But it hasn't happened yet, so we're here. By the way, I have a 6-hour video on risk management where I teach this and why it's so important in your trading. I'm liking how Bitcoin dominance is rising again. I really want to see it go back to where the year started, at least close the year positively. So we'll see. Any more questions? Is there a way to project targets for a trade in the MRI? Not in the MRI, but there are some tools for that. We might be adding those in the near future, but I don't like to project targets. That's not my thing. I use Fibonacci extensions. I like Fibonacci extensions. I don't like Elliott waves. The MRI doesn't have projections for a top yet. Maybe one day. Thoughts on Europe locking down? They are if I give you my honest thoughts about any country locking down, I will be banned from YouTube and possibly more. Any politician, I'll just say one statement. I'll just say one statement. I'm going to turn off my camera for this. This is so frustrating. Any politician that locks down their country is basically wants to kill their population. That's their goal. Any politician that is in favor of lockdowns is anti-life and wants people to be hurt, suppressed, depressed, committing suicide, not going to doctors, getting basically shortening everybody's lifespan. That's what I have to say to any politician that wants to keep locking down their countries. They want to kill you. They want you to have socialism. They don't want you to have any freedom. They want you to die. They want to lower the population. They don't care about your well-being. Any politician that votes for lockdowns, that's what they want. And I don't see how this is even debatable at this point. Yeah, it is the same on the war on drugs. Same thing. Same exact thing. All right. Let's go back to the trade. So frustrated with these lockdowns, guys. It's insane. Boom. Stop loss goes up. And this is how you use the MRI for trading. Look, I don't normally trade the 10-minute chart, but certainly worked out today, didn't it? Oh, I hope New York flips red too. Yeah, they want you not to have a business. They want you not to have a career. They want you to not be able to earn your own money. They want to feed you money. They want to feed you food. It's basically communism. They want communism. Any politician that votes for lockdowns basically is in favor of communism. Straight up. Not debatable at this point. To me, it's not. There is more than enough scientific evidence of how non-deadly this virus is. So what the fuck? Nope, California is not going to flip red. California is not going to flip red. Anyone who would vote red in California is getting out of California. They don't give a shit. California is done. I mean, nice weather is the only thing that ever kept people in California. But eventually, people will say, screw the nice weather. I don't want to pay 80% of my income in taxes. I'm just going to go to Texas. Like, I know I lose a lot of viewers and subscribers based on my views on like these political views of COVID, but I don't care. Tone, would you be okay isolating the elderly instead? Yeah, of course. Of course. Look, I have no problem isolating non-productive members of society. I have a problem isolating the productive members of society. Yes, the elderly are non-productive members. They don't run businesses. They're retired. They're non-productive members. They're the people that collect Social Security. They're the people already on welfare. Yes, if they want to keep getting their welfare, the government has a say as to some of their stuff. Of course, I have no problem with that. I mean, it still has to be done in a way to not to suppress people. But yes, all this money should have been spent instead of forcing people to not work and get paid to it. All this money should have been spent on taking care of the elderly and the vulnerable. You know, hire more nurses, hire more nurses that are willing to isolate with the elderly to help them, you know, so that they don't have to go outside and be at risk. Create, 50,000 jobs helping the elderly and print all the money you want. Well, not all the money you want, but print the money to for the jobs to help the elderly and the sick so that they don't die from COVID. Way better use of money printing. And leave the rest of us alone. No, wearing masks, again, I don't want to get my YouTube channel banned. If you want to force other people to wear a muzzle, go to a country that forces people to wear a muzzle. Oh, face diaper. We're calling it face diaper. I'm not a fan of the face diaper. I already voted. I voted a week ago. I like how people say, Tone, you're not a doctor. Neither are you. And your view to wear one is no different than my view not to, because you are also not a doctor. All right, trade's doing well. We just printed a new swing low than prior candle for the first time. But that is a big reversal candle. I'm okay with my stop loss. I may move it up. I may not. I'm okay with it here. I'm getting frustrated with this mask shit again. I've taken biology, I've taken chemistry, I've taken my sciences in university. Have you been to India? Yes, I have. I was in India last year. And boom, trade's over. All right. 10-minute scale trade. Perfect. Lasted about 40 minutes. It's exactly how long you want these trades to go. Could have raised my stop loss a little bit, got out earlier, but I'm okay. Wanted it to keep going up. Didn't happen. Let's see what this pullback brings. How did the trade do? Okay. $30 points, about $30. Not great, but hey, you made 30. Depends on your leverage. 10 to 1, that's 300. 20 to 1, that's 600 on one Bitcoin of risk. Initial risk was $50. Of course, non-leveraged. We went up higher. I didn't like this reversal candle. Wasn't really paying too much attention to it. I'm okay with this, but that's a 10-minute trade. That's not a swing trade. That's a day trade. All right, now that the trade is over, we can go ahead and wrap this up on Bitcoin's birthday. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all. Oh, wait, I got my mask. So this is how I'll be walking around tonight. And by the way, the scariest Halloween costume this year, walk around the street without a mask. You're going to scare more people than any other outfit you can possibly wear, because that's how crazy people have gotten. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next one.